Yo, what's poppin' peeps? You got your boy Nandro here. Welcome to another video. Now for this video, we're gonna be playing some aggro dragon. So this is gonna be a kind of just like live. Like I'm not really gonna talk about anything in particular. I'm just gonna be playing some games and I'm just gonna if you guys just me watching. Alright, so let me quickly show you guys the list I'm using. Oops, wrong format. Alright, so this is the list I'm using. Not really sure how I feel about how I feel about like all of the options in this deck. Like it's pretty decent for the most part. I haven't really had too many like issues with the deck, but yeah, like thankfully there are actually like quite a few different lists you can like play for aggro dragon if you want to in unlimited. But yeah, it's just like what I got like from someone else a while ago, and I've just been like sticking with it because I'm too lazy to like build the list or anything like that for unlimited. Anyway, so that's the deck. We'll go ahead and show you guys a few games. Again, it's not for anything in particular. Now I'm gonna be showing you guys the Swordcraft games because those I felt like were the most interesting one. Because Swordcraft and Unlimited is basically like Wardcraft. It's either Wardcraft or it's like Hyper Aggro, one of the two. There's usually no like in betweens. Although sometimes you do run into people who are playing things like say, what's this card called? We're playing stuff like say Unsheathed Blade plus like Leonidas, or say people who are playing like Iron Out Fortress, things like that. Alright, so I'm going first. This is really cool. Now, these games, I did like stream them. You can like check out the stream. I'll go ahead and like try to drop a link for that down in the description of this video. But anyway, so I made this full keep because Forte is so damn good versus Sword. It's unreal. The reason why is because people no longer play Shield of Flame, and in both rotation and unlimited, people no longer play Shield of Flame at all. Even though Shield of Flame is still very, very good, but they just like don't play it because I don't think they have space to play it. Anyway, so as a result, the only removal for Forte that's like consistent, especially unlimited, is just like Tsubaki and Enhanced 7 Lancer of the Tempest and Vouse. But most times when people play their Vouse, they always use the potion immediately, or I get people who somehow like don't find Vouse at all, and it's just like insane. So yeah, so the hand I have is good. So even though I just listed why it's good versus midrange, there are also reasons why it's good versus aggro. Now here he plays Perseus on 1, and I'm like, okay, it's aggro, bet, awesome. We went first. Let's put this in the driver's seat. We have a chance. He has space. But then he plays Holy Bear Knight, and I'm like, what? Hello? So we can see now that like he's changed the rules of the game on us a little bit. So now I just go ahead and respond with Dragon Aficionado. So Aficionado is really good, but it's really bad too, because either way, I don't have an answer to the Mars, but like by doing it this way, I guarantee that I have a chance. But yeah, so yeah. I had a chance if I top deck Matilda, but I top deck Siegfried instead. Siegfried is decent. It's not what I wanted. Like Matilda would have been like infinitely better. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll deal with the Mars like right away. Mars is really scary in this format. It's scarier than it would be ordinarily. Like in rotation, it's still pretty scary. But in unlimited, the reason why it's scary is because they can make wards of it. Like they can make so many wards. But yeah, so he evolves the Veteran Cavalier. I'm like, okay, sure, that's fine. Like he healed for 0, which makes that card like meaningless to me. So I'll just go ahead and evolve my Ayla on 5. The evolve was nice because it means I can go ahead and slam down Forte next turn. I can go ahead and evolve the Forte as well. But here we're gonna see me do something interesting. We're gonna see me, even though I have 2 goblins in my hand, we're just gonna see me pass, full pass. Not gonna play anything out. The reason why I don't play anything else is because like I don't think he's gonna evolve this to go face. If he does, he's a god. If he doesn't, it's fine too. But the big thing about the goblins is that the goblins get me +1 damage with Aina, and whereas like here they only soak me up like 4 damage, and that's not even good damage because I don't care about my health total. Like what I care about is I'm able to remove these things that are wards that he's gonna play soon. Like he's already played 1, but his deck has the option to play like I think it's like at least 9. Yeah, at least like 9. Like, and that's just from the 2 drops alone. Oh, sorry, not from the 2 drops. Sorry, that's just from the 2 drops, and then also the White Paladin. So here I go ahead and I just slam forward him. We're just like, yeah, let's get it. Like I go ahead and play the Goblin now, because now as you can see, I can go ahead and actually evolve the Goblin. I can evolve the Goblin to get rid of the Luminous Knight. Or sorry, Luminous Mage, because like the Luminous Mage like scared me. Like it scared me so much because like, if he has not Mars, if he has Celia, I'm dead if I leave it up. I thought so. That's why I decided to just go ahead and get rid of it. And so now my game plan is okay. Guaranteed that this Forte can hit face every turn. This Forte hits face, I probably win, right? I probably win because this Forte hit face. So he makes the evolve again. I'm like, oh god, that's terrifying because now. Now I'm at 7. I can die. I can definitely die. So and I also have to use up my salamander here, but this is fine because I can go ahead and I can actually punch through wards a little bit. So now because my one drop got a lot better because I can clear out this board, I'll go ahead and play the one drop out now because I already know I was playing the Ivory Dragon, so I might as well just play the Goblin at that point, right? And I get to go face again. I'm like, cool, awesome. Now here he plays the Iron Fortress. I'm like, oh my god, what the. Yeah, this is something, explains why exactly he was playing Perseus and stuff. But he's able to play a word and then evolve the Perseus to get another word. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? What is going on? Hello? Anyway, so he makes trades, which is smart. So again, he has 2 wards. I just use Salamander, so unless it's top deck second Salamander, I probably lose. But here, I just go ahead and I just DOD. I go ahead and play the Scyther. And I'll just go ahead and go face. Now, the scary thing for this is that, like, this is literally the do or die turn. Like, he will either have a ward to play, which stops me and makes us have to top deck again, or he'll kill me from this spot. I don't think he can kill me from this spot per se, but I didn't actually know for sure. But I knew that I wanted to keep myself out of Albert range. Like, right now, it's turn 8. That's not turn 9, which means that if he plays Albert here and evolves it, I will only take 6 damage total in sub 7. So that's why I went ahead and got rid of everything. Yeah, but he doesn't find an answer, he doesn't find a word. I'm like, yes, awesome, amazing, PogChamp, we got there. Scary game, but this kind of like illustrates my point about the whole Forte thing, which is going to be a thing you're going to like see in a few of these games. Alright, so for this next game, again, also versus sword. Alright, so for this game, because of the Forte thing that happened early, I was like, maybe I should really keep this Forte, but I was like, do I keep the Singer? But I can't keep the Singer because like it's a little bit too greedy. Like keeping 3 drops when I don't have a guaranteed 2 drop in my hands, it's questionable, especially when I'm going second. If I was going first, maybe I could say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get away with this, but I don't think I can do that while I'm going second. So I find the Goblin, thankfully. He doesn't find a 2 drop. Now playing at this Goblin is scary because it means if he plays a 2/2, the Goblin just dies. But thankfully, he is revealed to be aggro, and he just seems like he bricked, and that's cool. We'll take him. I should go ahead and actually play up my Dragon Summoner here. Now, to be honest with you, you might be going, but why did you play it out here? Because it doesn't do well into Juliet, but it does actually. Or Juliet, or, Novice Trooper. Because what I can do is I can go ahead and, like, just, make my double trades, and I'll be perfectly fine. And so here, we just make the trade immediately. I go ahead and play up Mushusu. So now I've given him the option to trade. He can always opt not to, but I think he will because Mushusu. I don't think there's a world where you like ever like not trade into the Mushusu, but he might do it. But here he plays that Valus. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So this actually works perfectly for me because like he's playing 3 Valus, and because he's aggro, the Valus are his only option to my Forte. He makes the trade now. I'm like, that's not a good trade, my friend. But here I just go and Siegfried him. Now I Siegfried, although I don't think the Siegfried was like perfectly correct. What was better was actually for me to just like play Matilda, because Matilda got me more things in play. Whereas like this just gets me 1 attacker. But yeah, because like here he plays at round table, and then he evolves. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so now we see that I'm getting a little bit punished for using up the Siegfried as early as I did, because if I did not, I would have had a much better turn into this, which I could have been able to push some damage. But now we just see me play Ayala, and I'm like, okay, cool, Ayala's the thing that's happening. Then we see me play Matilda. Now, again, like I said, like I'm a little bit behind, and because of my like rush to play Siegfried, I'm getting punished here. Because like now I have to like making bizarre trades in order to like stay alive. But even then, the trades aren't actually that good enough, because if he has outs, I can die. Like here, he's dropped me down to 4. At 4 HP, I'm nowhere in a spot to present like 2-turn lethal. So yeah, this is not a good spot to be in. But that spot we're in here now. So thankfully for me, I'm able to top deck both a Salamander. I have the DOD, and I also have a 2-drop I can play as well. So what we'll go ahead and see me do here is we'll just see me go ahead and DOD this away immediately. Just nope, gone. I play the Fire Lizard next. I go ahead and I evolve. Now the evolve is very, very important because now he's at 8. He's at 8, I have 3 creatures, but I have a hidden 5 damage in the back. So if anything goes through, I win. If he tries to play Stealthy, I win. Like, but here he plays that Centaur Vanguard. I'm like, oh god, am I just dead anyway? Like, but we see him trade, and we know that I'm not dead at this point. He can't kill me because if he had another Storm yet, he would have been going face, and I would have just died there. But thankfully, we're able to take it because Forte is a boss. Like, honestly, Forte is just so good. He's just so good. Like, yeah. So we're able to just like go ahead and deal the damage, and he's just dead. Alright, now for the last game. Well, I say last game, but I think I'll get Shay gets Runecraft game because I just not remember what happened in it. So versus Runecraft, don't really know how to feel. Like, I think you probably get bodied by Runecraft, honestly, because like they have pretty good ways of denying things you want to do. Like, for example, they don't really play enough creatures for you to like make like ridiculous Inas. And when they do play creatures, they have wards. Oh, they also make wards as well, and the wards are actually really annoying to get through. Because if you're not playing Salamander, you literally have to either give it an evolve point, or you have to have a Bane unit to get through the ward every single time. That's like bad. So yeah, I'm going first, I believe. So I went ahead and kept this in because it's pretty good curve. Like I picked the I lied, I'm going second, but that's fine. Because Runecraft typically don't play 2/2s. Like even Daria, they usually only play a creature on 3. Usually, like now, granted, sometimes people will actually play the creature out immediately, but most times they don't play that many creatures that they play out to like actually have it like matter to some like significant degree. So I go ahead and I play up the Summoner here. I'm pretty sure he is actually, I think D shift, but I don't actually know for sure. Anyway, we see me just trying to get a curve as best as I can. I pick up the Fire Lizard. Fire Lizard plus Isla is so good next turn. It means if I don't want to, I don't have to Siegfried. If he makes a ward, I'll Siegfried. If he does not, I will just go about my business. Angelic snipes that to then play Clark. So Clark now confirms to me that he's in fact Daria. He then plays out a Blade Mage. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Or are you? Yeah. But this is fine because it means that he forgot about the Fire Lizard or that he's just like really desperate. So what we'll go ahead and do is just kind of Fire Lizard that away. Go ahead and evolve over that. We get the ramp. The ramp is actually kind of important because what it means next turn is that next turn I can go double 3-drop if I like, and that's pretty cool. I can go 4-drop plus 2-drop, or I can just go ahead and like slam down Ina if I like as well, and that's still a really good play as well. Because like most likely you can only get rid of maybe 1, maybe 2 of these creatures tops. If he only gets rid of just 1, that's not good enough, and we'll go ahead and we'll just the body, and we'll just nope, like just swing for the fences immediately. He plays out Ogler. This is actually good for me because it means that he's probably going to commit more creatures into the play. Yep. I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. So now, I'm like, okay, well, let's go for it. Let's go all in. Like, risk it for the biscuit, all in for the money, all in for the honeys. Like, so we just slam down Ina here immediately. Now, unfortunately, when I slammed this down, it didn't actually occur to me until after I'd done it that, oh, well, I'm actually 1 off lethal. Yeah, I'm actually 1 off lethal. So if he has Daria here, I'm in trouble. If he does not have Daria here, I probably win because he has traded too many things. But unfortunately for me, he did have Daria. Now, the other unfortunate thing for me is that he had 3 mana floating after he played the Daria. So that's really scary because it means he can make trades, he can go face, he can do all this like other stuff, and it's like, yikes. But here, I'm like, okay, maybe he won't trade. Maybe he'll be like afraid. But unfortunately for me, he was able to pick up a Golem Assault immediately. So this does actually mean that we're going into extra innings. So I don't have a Salamander in my hand. If I had Salamander, sure, cool, we can do this. But if I don't, then like I'm sad. Yeah, so here he does make the trade while also setting up lethal. I pick a top like a salamander, but now because his chimera is at 4 HP, it's no longer like a really good play. But I have my Siegfried in the back, and I'm able to just like go ahead and clear off some of these units. Yeah, I'm actually able to get rid of almost everything. For those of you who are wondering, because I know someone's gonna ask me why did you kill the Ogler as opposed to the owl. I did that because I don't think the 1 damage matters. Also, I don't at the current point in time, I didn't think that the 1 damage mattered that much. What I thought that mattered more was me being able to get like a guaranteed full clear onto the board if he commits more creatures and for some reason isn't forced to trade here. Like, because like Salamander will go ahead and kill off this because it has 2 HP, and it can also clear up something like say Daria or like a Chimera unless he like boosts it up again. But here he starts healing, and I'm like, oh yikes, this is terrifying. He then plays missile. He aims at my face, so I know that I'm not dead. And he's just gonna like trade. I'm like, okay, cool. So here, what we go ahead and see me do here is we go ahead and see me go ahead and like play out the Dragon Summoner to go ahead and draw more cards. We pick up Aficionado, so I'm gonna go ahead and go white again. I'm like, okay, awesome, bet, let's go. So this way, I'm threatening lethal again. Now I don't know if he has a way to full clear all of this, because I know earlier I had seen someone like play Fire Lizard, sorry, not Fire Lizard. I had seen someone play Fire Chain versus me, so I wasn't sure if he was gonna be playing that. You know, you honestly never know in Unlimited. Like you can be versus like anyone. It's insane. But here he keeps drawing cards. I'm like, okay, that's annoying, but it's fine. We'll get through it. He plays the Golem Assault. To then play Blade Mage. I'm like, okay. He makes a trade. I'm like, okay, awesome, that's fine. So here, right at the point of the game, I'm like, okay, well, I don't actually have to kill him. The only thing I have to do is just make sure that he can't win. Now, granted, there are certain ways that this plan could go wrong. Like, for example, if he randomly turns out to have a Giant Chimera in his deck for some reason, because yes, there are in fact people who do in fact play Giant Chimera and Daria, or people who do in fact play D-Shift and Daria as well, then I can die to that. But I felt like this line was like kind of safe, although I might have like ended up like missing lethal possibly in the process, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so what we see me go ahead and do here is just see me go ahead and play 5 creatures onto the board. Go ahead and just go ahead and go face for 1. Go ahead and blow that up. I'm like, okay, awesome, this is great. So again, I'm setting up lethal. I didn't play Forte because Forte isn't a safe play at all. Like I just wanted to be able to, like, I was in like panic mode or whatever. I just wanted to be able to like always have like the lethal setup if I was ever able to get it. But here he makes a slight misplay. He buffs the 2/2. Like, this play only makes sense if you're going face. I don't think he's going face though. Yeah, like he did it to trade. I'm like, okay. Alright. So here we do actually see me miss lethal. So the reason why I missed the lethal is literally just because like all of the creatures in play, they kind of blinded me from the real, you know, the real goal, which was, you know, his face. The correct play for lethal is just, you know, slam Forte, slam Salamander, just, you know, that gets you lethal. But I didn't see it, so I kind of like panicked a little bit and just like, you know, focused on like clearing the board. So I decided to get like Salamander here, but because I realized that I missed the lethal, I had to go ahead and like make all these trades in order to stay alive. Thankfully, I don't die at the moment unless unless he has like Giant Chimera, in which case, you know, I'm dead anyway. But for now, we're fine. It's okay. Well, I say okay, but I say okay tentatively for missing lethal, because generally you don't want to miss lethal when you can avoid it. Like you don't. Like it's not a good look. But here he plays Daria, and he drops down to 0 cards. I was really hoping that the Daria killed him immediately, but it did not. So I don't die this turn. There's really no way for me to die this turn. Like it would have. Well, I lied. There's actually one way. He would need to have Blade Mage. Yeah, he would need to have like 3rd Blade Mage plus 3rd Enchanted Sword. Well, I think he's actually used all 3 Blade Mages, but we'll quickly take a look here. Yeah, like he had already used all 3, so I wasn't dead to that, thankfully. But yeah, but now we just see me go ahead and like slam down the Forte and just like yeah, play Scyther, go face, and we're like, okay, cool. But again, like generally don't like avoid missing lethal when you can. And try not to like bait yourself unnecessarily. But yeah, so here he just decks up to Reaper. I'm like, okay, awesome, amazing. Alright, now for the last game. This game was also pretty funny to me. Well, I say funny, but like, I say it in one of those, oh my god, I can't believe that, I can't believe this happened, sort of like funny. So on Slow versus Sword, and I was like really fortunate actually to have been versus like this many Sword players in one day. Like I was able to find like 1,500 points in literally like 90 minutes or whatever. It was actually pretty insane. All right, so this guy's playing Latham. So Latham as a leader, when you see people who use it, you never know what to expect. But you can usually expect them to be playing some like off meta shit, and it's just like, why? Anyway, so I kept this entire hand. Salamander's really good versus like every single type of sword. It's good versus Mars. It's good versus like random ward shit. Now to be honest with you, keeping it though was really greedy, and I only kept it because I had Singer, and because I didn't want to just like keep a 3-drop versus like what could have been like anything. So when he passed on Tio, I'm like, okay, so he's either bricked aggro or he's like playing meme shit, and this like both still really bad regardless. So here he just tempers up Mars. So this is really smart on his part, because it forces Salamander. Like the more Salamanders you can force from Dragon early, the better it is for you, honestly. Just because like the Salamander like is how like aggro Dragon in particular deals with like wide boards from Sword. So we go ahead and he plays that Valse here. He plays that Valse. He has to use the potion here because he's afraid of me evolving ILF for Face, which would impact you terrifying. Here I pick up the Forte. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome, amazing. So I actually go ahead and I believe I do actually evolve over the Valse. Now I really did not want to be making any of these plays, but I kind of didn't have much of a choice because of the hand that I kept. Like, cause like I have 2 DODs in my hand. I'm just like, oh my god, like the bricks of death meme. Like it's coming back to bite me in the ass, right? So he plays that Luminous Mage here. I'm like, yikes. So Luminous Mage was probably like one of the best things he could have played here. I'm like, okay, sure. So now I'm just like basically like praying to find Matilda. Like literally praying to find Matilda, because like either Matilda or actually yeah, no, just Matilda. Well, I'm sorry, no, Matilda or Siegfried did it for me. So here I just kind of Salamander that away. I'm like, I just like kind of cry myself to sleep a little bit because I'm like, I had to use yet another evolve. So basically, the game plans that I was working on were basically, okay, well, I wanted to find Forte, and I wanted to have a final Evo to go with the Forte, but now I'm in a spot where I might have to use that Evo before I wanted to do it, and 2, I don't have a solid way of getting rid of all the garbage he would play that would like either like prevent me from getting lethal because of the ward, or have soft ward because it like does like too much damage for me to like ignore it. But at the moment, 2 Forte strikes and a Scyther kill him, or Forte strike, Forte strike plus 2 DOD is 9, plus Scyther's 11. But here he plays out the young Gawain with Chromatic. I'm like, oh my, are you kidding me? Get out of here. But thankfully, like the heavens above graced me, and I'm able to pick up Matilda off the top. Matilda coming through, boys. And I'm just able to go ahead and like ping him down. I don't make the Evo because again, I want to play around like any like silly shit he would play in his deck, like and if I evolve Forte, and if I don't evolve Forte, if I don't evolve Forte, what could happen to me is I can quite literally die because he has like Lancer Tempest on 7 and just clears everything. But here he gets out another Mars and makes some plays with Hemera. I'm like, oh my god, get out of here, get out of town, dog. Why? And he then evolves and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, it's getting worse. Yeah. So as you can see, stuff like this is why you kill Mars on site, especially in Unlimited, because like there's more wards. I literally know that there's more wards after all of this nonsense. I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, so I go ahead and I'm thankfully able to top deck a 2-drop here. So I'll go ahead and I'll painfully use my last evolve because this Mars has to get the fuck out. Like it can't be here. Like it's literally gonna be like the movie Get Out. I'm gonna be like the black dude that was like, okay, I'll stop there. Anyway, so I drop him down to 9, but then 11. But then he plays his 3rd Mars. I'm like, oh, why? And you're top 11. How did you have? Why? Anyway. So this board is terrifying because even though yes I'd already used two Breathless Salamanders, I don't have a 3rd Breathless Salamander, and even if I did, I'm locked out of playing it. So here he just goes and he actually trades in here. I didn't like this trade at all. It was really bad for him to have made that trade. I think I would have done things differently, but that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what to say there. Anyway. Yeah, so he makes the trade. He should have gone base though. He should have honestly gone base, but he doesn't do it. And now he's basically giving me a chance to win. He's basically giving me a chance to be like, okay, cool, I got you. Because what we're gonna do here is really just gonna go for the gold. I know that there's no way in an extended game that I beat all of this like nonsense. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make the path to victory. I'm gonna open up the path, and I'm gonna like light the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and DoD the ward immediately, to then slam Forte, sorry, not Forte, I'm sorry. Then go ahead and slam Scyther, and then go ahead and go face. So the nice thing about this is that unless he trades in Hemera and then does play a creature, there's no combination of plays he can make that prevent either Forte plus Scyther from killing him, or Scyther plus Ina from killing him. So I'm just like, okay, well, what does he have now? But here he makes a bizarre play, and I guess he just like wasn't counting the damage. I'm not really sure, because what he does here is that you see this, right? Alright, so this is 5, 7, 13. This is 13 in here. He then slams Albert. I guess he just like did not do the math, because I most certainly was not doing the math. I did not realize I was dead to Albert. Like yeah, I don't know. Like but he then slams Albert, goes space with all of this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not dead to that, buddy. I'm at 1. So I'm actually able to take 19 damage in that one turn and just barely not die, because apparently math was hard for my opponent. Although you know, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. And I'm just able to now go ahead and like slam Scyther and then slam Ina to kill him. I slammed down Ina because like generally for me, I really like going for finishes that use the least amount of like animation time possible. So yes, I'm just able to take this game literally from right under his nose. Like this is a game that my opponent 150,000% should have won, because I fucked up in like several. Well, I say fucked up in like several places, but it wasn't really that many places. It was like I think 2 or 3 spots in that game. Just like the mulligan keep, and then also what happened like afterwards. But then he did like kind of like high roll me a little bit too, by finding not 1, not 2, but all 3 Mars, and all before turn 7, and they're all really back breaking. But you know, we take those. Like any advantage you can get. Like if your opponent's like bad at math or whatever, like if they're bad at stats, you go ahead and take them. Like you go ahead and take them. Go ahead and boost your win rate. Collect them points. Like be like the point collector. Anyway. That aside, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like let me know how you felt about it. Like if you want to see like more gameplay from Unlimited, I will actually be playing Unlimited again later today on my stream. If you guys want to check that out, I'll go ahead and try to leave a link to the stream down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.